and it says live. Okay, I see it on my iPad. So can you go to our group and start watching my video?
Okay, I'm watching it. Do I
Okay.
have to like click on it?
I don't know because I don't see anything that says invite you. You see this little plus, choose how to go live. Mystery mask. I could put a mystery mask on. I see one person watching, that would be you. I can write a comment. Maybe write a comment, Faye. Say hi or something.
Oh, request to join Marilyn's broadcast.
Yes. Yes.
And request. It popped up.
Adding.
Join. You must rotate. Okay.
You must rotate. Okay. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie is there. Okay. I'm going to shut the volume off on there, I think. Bonnie, can you hear me? I saw a like button. That's a lot of sticky notes in your catalog. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, Bonnie can hear me, and I've shut the sound off on my computer, but I can still see you there. Okay, Faye, your turn. See if you can talk and see if we can see you.
Hello, everybody. Faye McGuire here with Marilyn Wagner. Let me know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Oh, but that's a squealing of some sort. Okay. Oh, we'll let her know eventually.
Okay, we've got.
You've got a squeal somewhere. Or do I?
I think it might be in mine.
Okay, go ahead.
But I'm not sure how to. I've turned it off on the side of my phone, but I might have to go.
Okay.
Settings. Okay, it's off on my laptop.
Well, glad you joined us, Bonnie.
Okay.
After all our technical things. So, okay, Faye.
Yes. Okay, we'll get started and see how that volume works. Okay, welcome to our second anniversary of our annual catalog launch for our 2021 to 22 catalog. My name is Faye McGuire, and I have been a demonstrator since March 2014. I can't believe it's that long already. And I was dabbling with stamping before that. And then I moved to Alberta and needed a a little crafting adventure, and put the search in for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, and lo and behold, I had somebody like 2 blocks away from me, and that person was Marilyn. So we've been crafting since 2014. I live in Prince George. I have been here since 2012, and I did live here before for 7 years. So I've done a complete circle, and I love stamping and sharing what I love. So back to you, Marilyn.
Ah, hello, Kathleen. I saw something that said you were watching. Glad you could join us from Quebec. Yes, my name is Marilyn Wagner, Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. And maybe it's my sound face, so I'll turn that down while I talk. I enjoy stamping. I enjoy crafts of any kind. And my friend Karen signed up as a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! When it came to Canada. And I joined in 2007. So almost 14 years, loving every minute of it. And now, different stage of my life and whatever, and I really need it for my sanity. So I'm glad that I can be here with Faye. And even with our technical issues, I think we will be able to show you a few things from our catalogs. And we don't have a lot, but we do have a few, and we have some samples to share with you and a few ideas to share with you. So glad you could join us. And we will try to keep it within an hour, hour and 15 or whatever, just because it is a Saturday afternoon and people are busy. So I would like to, like I say, to welcome you, and we are going to get started. I think Faye is going to start with Join Plus, as you can see on her screen first, and then we'll take turns doing what we have planned.
All right, thank you. All right, right now we have a Stampin' Up! Great adventure, I call it, to join my team or Marilyn's team or any of your teams if you're a demonstrator watching. So in Canada, you pay $135, but you receive $206 worth of products, and plus free business supplies, free shipping, and it's for a limited time offer. This is a great deal because you get a lot more product for the price that you're paying. So if you need one of the little guy and the big guy, I've lost my terminology all of a sudden. But you know what I'm
cut
talking
and emboss
about.
machine.
Exactly. That's a great item to put on your list. So if you are interested and you're not a demonstrator, please contact either Marilyn or myself, and we can give you more information on that.
Yes, it's a great great time to join. And if you're wondering if you have to do anything, otherwise you do not. You do not have to do a thing. You can just join, get your kit, and carry on with creating with us whenever you can. So don't be afraid of it. So Faye said mine was the next one. I will tackle this with Connect, Craft, and Collect, which kind of a tongue twister, but it is another great deal that's happening between May 4th and June 14th for a workshop, party, host, whatever, of $300. You get 10%, but you also get an extra $30. So that would be like $60 to spend on on product. Doesn't matter what it is. But one of the best things to try for when you're doing that is something we've never seen before, but it is this package of designer paper called Pattern Party. See if I can get it so you can see it. And you get 40, I thought it was 48 sheets of 12 by 12 designer paper. And that is only for hostesses. So it's a great time to shop and be a hostess. or host, as I guess is the proper terminology here. And you can buy that for $24. So you'd still have some left of this extra 60 that is happening there. And look at all the great colors that are in there. These are all, the back side is all black and white, and then the others are all the bright colors, including all of these colors in it. So a great, great promotion that's happening right now.
All right. Thank you, Marilyn. We're going to go on to our table of contents of our lovely new catalog. Okay, I'm just going to wait till I see it on the screen. There's a little lag. Okay, here we go. So with our table of contents in this catalog, it shows us everything in categories. So we've got our Stampin' Suites, page 10 to page 119. Thoughtfully designed suites include all the coordinating products you need to create with confidence. We have our all occasion. There's Beauty of the Earth suite, page 10 and 11. Pansy Petals suite. In the Wild suite. Birthday, we have You're a Peach suite. Love and Thank You support. Holidays, Tiding of Christmas suite. Artistic Expression. Expressions in Ink suite. Hand Pen suite. Sweet Symmetry suite. We have our accessories and more on page 120 to 167. We have our Host and Join, page 168 to 171. And our index at a glance is a great tool to be looking at. The bundles are page 147 to 148 and 157 to 161. And stamps 172 to 174 and accessories 175. So in your index, if you know the name of your stamp you're looking for or the paper page, look it up and you can go right to it. All as well, if you, I haven't got my tabs in my booklet yet. I'm waiting for my catalog to be coiled and then put my lovely new tabs in there. So putting tabs in there as well. We're going to turn the page on page 4, and I just want to go over our icons. Okay, let's make sure it's in the screen. Okay.
Yeah, we're sharing the screen now. So
We're sharing the screen. Yeah. Okay. How's that? Is it? I'm not sure if it's in there yet.
it does
Okay.
seem to take a couple seconds, but
Yeah.
I'm sure if you're
Okay,
following
so
along, you've probably got your catalog anyway. So
perfect. So page 4. So on this, it's got watch for these catalog icons. These are kind of important, but not kind of. They are important. So if you're looking for new product, you're going to have an N. So I'm just going to flick over my page.
thanks, Karen.
And you can see a red N. So that is when you see something new, a new stamp set in this catalog, you'll look for a red N. Okay. Then we go back and we have the 2 little flowers, the reversibles. So I am going to, so when it has the 2 little reversibles, you'll see it in it looks like it's a teal color, and it's the 2 flowers with reversible on it. So that means that you can turn your stamp, and they're mostly photopolymer, turn it over and you can stamp with the other side to make an image first and then put your image stamp on top. Is that correct, Marilyn?
Yeah, I was just reading Karen's comment. She said the icons are important and I think very overlooked, at least by me. I usually only look for the new symbols. Yes, I think
Yeah.
I always look at the pictures, not necessarily the icons. So
yes. Our next one is distinctive. Distinctive stamps create different opacities in the single stamped image. So I am going to go to my sticker that has, okay, it must be this one. There we go, distinctive. And it is also, it almost looks like it's mint macaron. So it's separating the words, dist, ink, and then tiv. I like that.
And I can never remember the name.
And then we have our quick and easy projects, perfect for creating multiples. I'm going to, that's on page 20 for one to view. And it's got the green, garden green little clock on it. So that means that you can, and it's also, while I'm there, if you're looking for the other icon, whether you want it in, if you need one in French, it'll show you English or French. And so the clock, going back to the clock, you can, that means that you can look up a, there'll be, it's a, oh God, I'm tongue-tied. Okay, it's an easy project, and you can also find the samples on our Facebook, or not our Facebook page, but our okay, now I need help because my tongue was, I'm going to do the reverse.
I think the quick and easy just means that it won't take you very long to make it. You don't need a lot of supplies. It's not over the top for embellishments and stuff, is what I'm guessing.
Why didn't that flow off my tongue? Okay, so on page 4, we've gone through all our icons. And we're going to turn to page 9. Our creativity made easy are 2 ways to have creative success. We have our Paper Pumpkin subscription, monthly subscription. And you can receive or purchase prepaid subscription plans, 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, and 12 month, or month to go as you go. And you go on to paperpumpkin.com, make sure you click on your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you want to be with. And I'll just give you a sneak peek of June Paper Pumpkin. It's called Expressions in Colors. It is absolutely stunning, and it contains enough supplies to create 9 cards and coordinating envelopes. You'll receive not 1, but 2 classic Stampin' Spots, and features colors from the 2022 and 2021 to 23 in colored collections. And it coordinates with the products from our Expressions in Ink suite.
And there's the paper for it, Faye. Eventually, it will show up.
Awesome. Oh yes, that looks lovely with that set. And then extra stamp set with it as well, if you have that set to go with it. And also with our Creativity Made Easy, we have this brochure that has the kits that are coming out starting June 1st. And they are, let me just grab my notes here. They're for beginner stampers, even those who insist they aren't artistic or even crafty. And they're basically the same as a Paper Pumpkin, but there's some kits that we've had in the past, and they're note cards. So you're going to get 8 or 9 cards to make out of it. They're $16.25 a kit. Some of the kits are called Petal Notes, Notes of Cheer, Kerchief Card Kit that we've had in Paper Pumpkin before, Precious Parcel. The kit selection when you order will be based on availability displayed in your online store. And Marilyn has a kit that she has ordered that she's going to show us.
Yes, this one is a little smile card kit. And it comes, like Faye said, similar to Paper Pumpkin. It has the instructions in your steps, 1, 2, 3 kind of thing, what to do, where to. I just got it, so I haven't put it together. On the back, it does show the whole list of what there is. It's subeginner.com. So learn basic stamping by going to that website. So that's included. And then I'll just try to show you, there's a stamp set, which of course would be unique to the kit. There's a Stampin' Spot. There is a block to put your stamps on. There's some twine there. There's some cutouts to use, some glue dots. That's what those little white things are. Some more cutouts, and then all of the bases to make the cards. So they're just little cards, but they're always needed, of course, for gift cards or whatever. So it's a great way to get someone to try Stampin' Up if they don't want to invest a lot. At least it's a kit, and it can be portable. Like taking, I know Bonnie, you used to say you took lots of them for camping, things like that to do with them. So I think it's going to be a great thing for us to promote to people who keep saying, oh, I don't have enough, I don't have storage, whatever. At least it is a start. So
I also thought of when I noticed that we had 4 kits that had the printed sentiments on banners. I thought of classes, because we can't stamp on our stamp anything on and send it in the packaging. So I thought these were great classes to send out.
yeah, and I have the feeling that maybe Stampin' Up's doing that because they figure COVID's going to last a long time.
That could be it too.
Yeah, hopefully not, but.
Okay, now we're going to turn over to page 10 and 11, and I'll let Marilyn take this away.
Okay, I do have this set. It was one that we were allowed to order early. Beauty of the Earth. It is a suite that comes with everything listed. So there is the bundle, designer paper, and an embossing folder. And I have all of those, so I will show them to you. I have recreated this card to share with you, and just point out that anything that is colored like this, there is a die that cuts it out. And the bundle, of course, you save 10%. And the papers are just amazing, of course. But before I go into what pieces I have, I just wanted to mention this stamp set on page 52 is another one with trees. And I've seen some samples with the 2 sets combined because it is a different looking tree. And the words on here, there's lots of different choices between Christmas and sympathy and congrats and thank you. So you might want to look at both of them, and then you're set for the whole season. So
that's a great idea.
Let me show you the stamp set. And of course, this one can go on that, this can go on this, they can both go on the trees. The words are just truly amazing. And I have stamped, and as I was doing it, I realized that my ink pad probably needed re-inking because I don't think that's supposed to be there like that. But anyway, you get the idea that this is stamped, and then when they're together, this is what they make. And all the words, and this, I'm sure, could be used as snowflakes or whatever. So that is what I do to use Lillian's words, kind of orientate myself to the stamp sets. The stamp sets now come, and they will eventually be changing them all over, but there's printing on the actual case, so you know where they go. It's good because you can keep track of your stamps, but I watched somebody the other day say the same thing. It's hard to read the words because you can't turn it over and read the words. So
I found that exactly.
a little difficult. And the dies that go with it, again, this is kind of a unique one that cuts around the tree branches you're going to cut out. So there's 9 dies in there, cute little birds there. And again, to get myself used to what's here, I usually do a white on black so that I can see the shapes. The embossing folder is called Bark. So I do a sample of that, and I did it on a brown, soft suede maybe, so that it does look like bark. And on this card, if you can see it or not, it is, I did do it on this tree after I cut it out. And there is the leaves are cut out of designer paper. There's my little bird. I tried some watercoloring and kind of messed it up there, but maybe there's clouds in the sky like we're having today. And so that is my case from that page on the catalog. This is one that I received as a swap. And again, like I say, just loving the words that are in this set. It's a great set. Another one, oh, my little notes. Another one just using designer paper. And some of the twine from the Well Dressed that's still in the mini catalog. And because it goes with the navy. And there's my other little bird. I think my champagne rhinestones are just a little bit too large, but that's what I had. And there's another one with designer paper and another side of the designer paper, so quite versatile. And
that was my favorite designer series paper, that one you just showed.
And this is all of the whoops, get it where you can see it, all of the different papers. I love this one and this one for cutting out with the trees. I've seen some very nice ones done with this, or even just a piece of designer paper and your words. You don't need lots when you've got designer paper that looks like this. I can see Christmas there. This is what I used on that cards for the sky. So a great set, and you will see more of samples that I've got as I get to my Facebook Lives and whatever. Okay. Any questions? No? Okay. What are we doing next, Faye?
We are going to page 50.
50?
Page 50 for a moment.
Okay.
We are going to talk about the $1 million stamp sets.
Not that they cost $1 million.
No. You're asking, okay, what is that? That is if a demonstrator has met $1 million in sales, she gets the opportunity to create her own stamp set. How many do you think how many $1 million stamp sets are in this catalog? How many do you think?
They have this little symbol on them.
Exactly. Sorry, I should have.
Oh, that's okay.
So if you know at the top of your head, or if you're thinking, I haven't looked, I wonder how many there is. We'll let you take a a quick comment on that one as we go along. I'm going to share the one, I do have one from last year's catalog. So I have Press On. Wait for it to come into the screen. Make sure it's there. Okay, move it over. All right, so I have Press On, and it has the little symbol at the bottom. I also have Nothing's Better Than, is one of my favorite stamp sets. It has it at, also has that one. It doesn't mention, I didn't, it'd be nice to have mentioning of who it was at the bottom. It's kind of cool.
It would, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have this one, which is Happy Thoughts. That sounds like Happy Feet, doesn't it?
Yes.
But it is very Happy Thoughts, and it's great words, great fonts. Have used definitely the Happy Birthday lots, and it is available in the mini catalog that we currently have, but it is retiring. So that's kind of disappointing, but it may be one that just hangs out in my shelf, whether it's current or not, because I do like it. So
yes, it's got some great messages on there to put on inside or on the front of cards.
Yeah. So
Bonnie says, I haven't any idea, but we'll guess 5. Should we tell them?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I counted 6. So Bonnie, you are close.
Good guess, Bonnie.
Okay. We are now going to page 57.
Do you want to go back to pansies, or do you want to leave it till later?
Oh, actually we can go back to that.
I'm just a little bit anal about removing my stickers, right?
Yes. So page 28.
Pansy patch.
All right.
Again, a suite comes this time with the bundle. So it has the stamps, the dies that do many different things, and the paper. And it comes with these gorgeous little bumblebees. You can tell I've used a few because there's not many, not a full case there. I have, okay, somewhere I did have, I had all of the dies cut out so I could show you, but I don't see them laying here. So for those of you who are on here, I think you've probably seen them already. But I have stamped, and I keep all of my pieces in a case like this so they're handy. Some of the pansies, and I watched a video the other day that somebody said, okay, this is the right way up. Do not put them on this way. They were quite adamant about it. So I thought, okay. My aunt was a member of the Royal Purples, and she loved purple pansies. So when I see pansies, I think of her. But a couple great things you can cut out with the dies. They may not look like it, but you can cut out the designer paper. 2 different sizes for that. Same for the leaves. You have petals and leaves that do embossing as well as cutting. So again, a very, very versatile stamp set. And I have a few samples and paper to show you. So, and if I run across my display sheet for the dies, I'll show you that whenever I find them. So here's one that I received as a swap from a friend. Looks like it's the same way up that I would put it. So some of the paper, some of the stamping, and the little bumblebee. And then I did 5 of them in the in colors. And I wanted to showcase as well the shimmer vellum, which comes in the in colors. So these are stamped and cut out with the dies. And I've used Wink of Stella on the centers. I don't know what else they would call them. And these are from some new dies that are in the catalog as well. So evergreen, evening evergreen, or pale papaya. I put the dark centers there. This is cut out of the designer paper. This is our polished pink, and it is cut out of designer paper again for the pansies. Soft succulent is stamped, and you can do any variety. I've tried to look up on the internet pansies, and there's something like the poppies. The year that poppies came into our stamp sets, we can put them almost any color, and our fresh freesia. And this one again is cut out of the designer paper. So just really having a good time working with those. And our paper for that one, again, has all of these colors. And you can see front and back, front and back.
Marilyn, Bonnie
Yes.
wants you to hold up the first card again.
Oh, okay. The first one, okay, I'll just leave that lay there. It is the fresh freesia, and I'm going to guess Highland Heather, maybe?
Is that the one, Bonnie? Give me a thumbs up. And while you're showing that, Karen says, oh, pretty pansies cards. She loves your designs. All right. Bonnie
Okay.
says, thank you. Yes, that is the one.
Yep. Yeah, so I don't know what happened to my die cuts, but they do all go together quite easily. It's a little bit intimidating when you open the package because there's so many there, but once you start putting the puzzle pieces together, I guess I'll call it, it's quite simple. So thanks, Faye.
And I love your strategy. I've been using it as well as taking an extra container and taking some time and stamping out a lot of the images, because it is a little time consuming, and having some already pre-made so that you can just put it together.
Yeah, works really well.
All right. Now I can go to page 57. If that's
yes, Bonnie, it's okay to take pictures of them. We have nothing we're hiding.
All right, page 57, ladies. We are looking at one of the, I think is the cutest, and I'm going to use my kindergarten language, funnest die sets. And it's called Give It a Whirl. And the sample of it is on page 57, and the dies are on page 163. So we'll quickly go to 163 and give it a whirl. So you've got 21 dies. The largest die is 5 1/4 by 3 13/16.
So that's just about a full card size.
That's about a full card, yeah. And so that is pretty cool. I don't have samples or the die cut yet. It's on my wish list for the next one. It's going to make a lot of great cards. So the cards that they have shown in the catalog are used with the Stellar Birthday. That's on page 57. It's fun. It's cute for kids. You could even do it for adults. What are some other
I saw one
stamp
the other day
sets?
that was showing in the opening here. It was showing get well, congrats, like it was a bunch of different words.
Oh, okay. So maybe some of
there's
our
starting to
word
be a few of them
stamp
out there
sets.
on the internet. And it has a. Did we go over that icon that was a pin? I don't remember that face.
You know what?
No.
That one didn't show on the page, the pin.
It has a little push pin, and it says, use the Give It a Whirl dies to create a cute interactive element in your project. So as you go through the catalog, it's always great to try and read everything. Kind of difficult, but there are little tidbits like that. And it tells you as well where to find the piece, some of the pieces being used. Are you finished with that, Faye? Sorry.
I was just going to ask, is there a stamp set in the catalog that you think would create a great interactive element or a project using Give It a Whirl. Mine would be, because I have the stamp sets already, is Nothing's Better Than and Dress to Impress. Is there one that you would use?
The one right next to it, the turtle one, looks like it would work.
Ah, yes.
Different pansies would. And speaking of pansies, I found my papers.
I love your comment, Karen. For us oldsters, it reminds me of a Viewmaster. It could be a lot of fun. Yes, I think you need a Brad, which we thankfully sell again.
Yes, you're right, us oldsters.
Okay,
So
I'll let you take it. Are we going to page 88 or do we have something in between?
I have just my pages I found, Faye,
Okay,
with all the different cutouts of the pansies.
awesome.
So different, look at this, I got this one upside down after saying all that.
They look like eyes and mustaches.
Yes, yes. Again, the words, I love seeing them stamped out like this so you can see what they are. And here is where I use the different, this is stamped off and then dark kind of thing. So you don't really need two different colors even. You can do the stamp off bit and whatever with it. So just some great ideas to have with your stuff if you can remember where you put it. So thank you, Faye.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right.
Where are we going?
Page 88, 89 to
88,
the
89.
crafting holiday.
I have a puffin card in between there if you want to look at it.
Okay, we can do that. I'll put that page on hold.
Page 67, the puffins was one of the ones you could buy. And look at this one's got the circles. It's Bonnie, I think you answered it in your scavenger hunt. The frames. Oh, picture this, guys. Look at that. It's right here. This is a puffin card made with some of the designer paper from that Hostess bundle and cut out the puffins and whatever, but he's so cute. I just watched a video yesterday of somebody who came from Newfoundland, and puffins, I guess, are quite popular there. So she was quite tickled to see this particular card in there. Okay, thanks, Faye. Okay, on to 88, 89, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Is our Christmas. I have Christmas paper, and I know some people start doing Christmas early in the year, so they're done. We happened to discuss with someone the other day, and they said they had a customer that they knew that bought Christmas things now so they could go on a family holiday July or August and make all their Christmas cards together as a family. And I thought, what a great idea. So this paper doesn't have a lot of colors, but there's certainly some Christmassy ones, and the blue in it is quite interesting, I thought. I guess it's on here, but not many other places. So that, and this paper comes in a 6x6, and this bundle would be a great one. This suite actually would be a great one to for someone to purchase if they were going to do that kind of family planning Christmas holiday, if we're ever going to get to have holidays again. So
Yes, agreed.
yeah. Okay,
let's go to page 96, 97 to take a look at Expressions in Ink. This is an absolutely stunning stamp set, and Marilyn has that stamp set to just give us
let's see if I can find
a
it.
peek.
Okay, this one I did just get. It's the one I had a chance to get one replaced that was supposedly not working well. So this is the one I chose. I love how it goes with the designer paper, which we've already looked at. And it comes with a die set of 8 pieces, but you can see how they're going to be able to cut them out from here, however that goes, and just different layers with it. So I can see a lot of things being made on those pages with that. It is the real rubber, so therefore it does not have that printed. That only is happening with the photopolymer, as far as I know. So a great bundle again, and I've seen quite a few samples done with this, and I don't remember what it's called. Just a sec, it is here. Expressions in Ink Ephemera? Is that the proper terminology for that? It's a package of the gold paper cutouts that you can use on the cards. So therefore, like on here, that's what some of these are being used. Oh, yes, Karen, you're right. That Christmas paper, especially that Christmas paper, could be used for other things besides Christmas.
I love your expression. Expressions in ink is the bestest ever.
That's one of your kindergarten ones, Faye.
Yeah, there we go. All right. All right. We are going to page 98, 99, or 98, I should say. And move that over. We are looking at the color and contour bundle. And I will just bring it up to the table here. Okay. So, we have our photopolymer stamp set. There's 13. And again, we have the stamps that can be put on. And I'm tempted just to stamp on a piece of paper this size and tuck it into the back behind there so that I can see what's on the back.
That's a good idea. Then you could read the words.
Exactly, because I'm, constantly opening and shutting the case. And I've used this a lot already, and I'm getting pretty good at lining up the image with the distinctive part of the stamp set, so I'm happy with that. And our dies. And so you'll see as Marilyn has showcased how she keeps her dies, and myself, I still keep my dies. I get a piece of magnetic sheet and just adhere it to the other piece that it came on, and then just place it in and still have it into my paper and into my case.
As long as we can keep them where we can find them, that's all that matters.
Exactly. So I'm going to show you my, okay, here we go. And so I did mine lovely in a brighter color because I had this one piece that was just going to be the right size. So I put the measurements on, and with the, let's see, the 1, 2, 3, the fourth largest one? How do we say that? Smallest or largest? Anyways, this
depends on which way you're going.
Exactly. This one has, I think it's a little bit. This one has slits on all 4 sides, and at the shorter ends, it has 2 slits, so that you can tuck ribbon in, and then it alleviates having to use adhesive, and you can tie it in there. Or what else have you seen, Marilyn, for using that piece?
Little strips of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
tucking it in behind and having it come out. Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, especially our small pieces of designer paper. I know I've read a few posts from people to begin with that thought it was a damaged die, that it shouldn't be cut that way. But I kind of like it.
I like it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have it. I haven't used it much, but I do have it as well, and I can see lots happening with it. So again, the words and the fonts are great in my world.
I love the handwritten, half printed, half handwritten sentiments.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a variety. You've got thank you. I've done this on a couple of samples, is taking and putting washi tape on the bottom part, because I really love the thank you up here, and putting washi tape, stamping it, removing the washi tape, and just putting the thank you on the bottom. So I will show you that on a few samples shortly.
You could also do it with using your markers and just inking the thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah, with that. And it's one that the color does not fill totally the outline image, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's made that way.
So I have a few, 3 samples to show you with this set, using, I'll turn this over, using the largest die with the scalloped edges. And I cased this one from the catalog, and that's on page 98. And this was a lot of fun, just using some scrap copy paper and your blends and your inks, and stamping in black on top. And it's really pretty. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm one who loves to make her own DSP. So I decided that we needed to do that. So, and using all the colors, and just using that lovely little framelit there, and just putting the little flower bud there. And usually I'll use the same color of embellishments, but because I was using all the colors, I added 3 and 1 of each colors that I chose.
Really nice.
And I'm diverse in my likings of different styles, and I love simplicity. So white on white, just a little bit of color, and it's pretty, it's elegant, and it's simple.
Love it.
And I use the textured embossing folder, and that gave it some extra. So I stamped my little blotches first, and then ran it through the machine, and then cut everything out and put it together.
Great idea.
Thank you. Okay. Now we're on page 116.
I have a card and some paper before then.
Okay.
On page 105 is the hand
105.
penned suite, which has designer paper with it. We decided that we would show designer paper as we go through, so that we're not overrun with it right at the end where all the designer paper is. So this is the hand pen designer paper, lots of different colors. As I was doing this and reading the colors, I was really struggling to find black, but I guess it's the outlines on the paper. So again, either side of the designer paper there, and this is a card done with that paper and with one of the embellishments that matches the end color, the soft succulent, and designer embossing folder that's carried over from last time. So again, don't need much. The happy birthday is from the pansy set, and again it shows what your dies will cut out. So you can do all of it, or you can do, cut pieces of it afterwards, so that you've got, again, great versatility with your dies. And that's what we like, is being able to use them in more than one. There's a nice thanks, Faye, as well.
Oh, yes.
A really nice one that is out. Okay, then you went to which page? Sorry.
116.
116. Oh, I have another paper. Sorry, 112.
112, okay.
Sweet Symmetry paper. And this one I actually just read. Somebody asking, have you seen any cards made with this paper? Because I haven't, whoever this was. I mean, it was probably on Demonstrator Planning Place, but if you have the paper and want to make some cards and share them, I'm sure they would be appreciated. Again, I just got the paper. I did the paper share and am trying to get that put together for my customers. So that's why I have all the paper samples, but I thought it would be a great time to share them with you. So that one is it only has 5 colors, but I think it's very striking, especially when you see them like this in the large sheets.
Yes.
Going to be lots, but okay. Sorry, Faye. Now I'm going.
No worries. I'm just reading Karen's message. He goes, love the hand pen paper. So pretty and soft. I could wallpaper a small wall with that. If I was allowed.
It's allowed, Karen, if you can buy that much. I don't know if it would be able to stock.
Yeah. Okay, 116. We have a set, Art in Bloom, that it's a 2-step, and it also has the coordinates with the Bloom Hybrid embossing folder. Now, you're gonna love this new Bloom embossing folder, which includes both dies and you'll be able to die cut and give the texture at the same time, if I'm correct. And I watched a short little video. You put it through the embossing folder and then you die cut it out, or you put the dies on top of the image and die cut it out.
Actually, I watched, Sarah did a video on it, and you can actually put the paper, then the die, and then both of them inside the embossing folder and put it through, and it cuts out these 3 flowers.
So the embossing folder is thick or
yes, I think she said you had to use the for the thick 3D.
Right.
But it did it all at once. It was really kind of cute, to a unique way. And like she said, she hadn't even seen it until she happened to go through again and read it was hybrid.
And that's an interesting word.
And that's what, again, the push pin is telling you about on that one. So don't have it, can't show you exactly how it works, but there are a couple videos out there.
Yes. And when I hear the word hybrid, it reminds me of a car.
Well, that's true too.
Okay. The next page I want to go to is 122. Do you have anything in between there, Marilyn?
Not in between. I have a few designer papers that we've got to go back to, but that's okay.
Okay. So 122, 123 is our color collection page. And sometimes it could get a little bit overwhelming because, you know, all the colors are there at once, but we've got it. They're separated into brights, neutrals, regals, subtles, and then your basics are on page 123. So your basics are your black, your very vanilla, basic white, bronze, ivory, and then down below it has our in colors, which we have the 2021 to 23 and 2020 to 2022.
We have to shorten that and just call it 20 to 22. And
I know it's mouth twisting.
Yes. I just want to share this card with you on the colors that a friend had shared with me. And I thought it was really cute how and it took a long time. She did tell us about it, to cut, but some of the, like these are the new in colors on top, but they go so well with all of our, oh, a lot of our other colors. So isn't that cute?
Oh, it's great.
That she had done with
Yeah,
that.
it's good
So,
to see samples like this because a lot of us, or I'm going to speak for myself, sometimes I have trouble with matching up the greens with the greens, like which ones go, but
mhm.
most of them, majority of them really go together, right?
Yes, and that's shown by this. Faye had asked if I had one of these. It's from Stampin' Up, so we can get it. But it shows the soft succulent and what it can go with. So it pairs it with mint macaron and old olive here. So just a neat way of, instead of having the color wheel that we used to many, many years ago, you
Mm-hmm.
can now get these, and that you can actually cut them and keep them on a ring or whatever so they're close to your desk.
And I use mine all the time.
and on that, I did find this from Comp and Stampers, which is just a bit brighter, but it's showing all of the designer paper colors. No, all of the colors that are in the designer papers. So
Okay.
it gives you a visual of that rather than the words. And it's similar to what I put on the bottom of my sheets, but
Right. No, that's a
okay.
great idea as well.
Okay.
Yes, we do have a lot of greens in our color swatches this year, Bonnie. All right, we are going to page 126. We have something new, but we've had it before, is the soft pastels. So before we had them in the little chalks in the paint palettes. Now we have them in the, what would we call them? They're like a stick. What's the
Yeah,
terminology? Like they
look
look
like a
like a
stick.
little, a stick of butter, but it's a stick of pastel.
A stick of color.
A stick of color. There you go. And your colors, there's one of each. There's 8: Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, Mossy Meadow, Light of Navy, and Poppy Parade. I haven't used pastels in a long time since we've had the ones before, and that was when I first started. So I asked Marilyn, I went, I've been searching. So there was somebody who had a video out, Lindsay Mahan, and she had 4 ways to use these soft pastels. So using them as a background, like say a rainbow, and using it to make the rainbow on the paper, and using your fingers to rub the ink all together, the pastel colors all together, and make a beautiful background. And then using your Versamark with a sentiment on top of it. And that was beautiful, stunning.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was using putting color on. It's think of using your blends, your markers. It's similar. If there's ideas that you use with those, like even with your watercolor pencils, any of those, think of those. You can use it with your pastel. So taking a color, and say you want blue, and you want just a sort of like a watercolor background. Take your blue, rub it on, and then just take your baby wipe and wipe it so that it's like using it like a paintbrush, and it makes a watercolor background. Let it dry, and then take the blue again, and you can make some shadows, and then
Mm-hmm.
blend it in together. So that was another one. Number 3 was using Versamark and stamp. It's called Poppin' Pastels. And
Yes.
if you put that in the Google search, it'll probably come up, because that was one of I call it a classic one. So it's chalk over and rub, I call it.
Yeah.
So we
And
don't
like,
have any samples, but Google her, and it would be great to see some of that.
yeah, and like Karen just mentioned, she watched Lindsay's this morning, and
Mhm.
for those of us who had the other pastels, this is going to be much easier. And it looked like it
Yes.
from what Lindsay was showing us.
Exactly. And her last one, when she said PYP, I went, what is that? And then when
Oh,
she said,
you haven't watched
pee your
her before, in
pants?
other words.
Pee your pants classic technique. So it's, I like this one because somebody mentioned it was similar to the, oh darn, what were they called? Like the brusho. So
Oh, yeah.
you take your scissors, open up your scissors, and then sort of shave some into the water, and then take your pre-cut piece of white cardstock and then just place it into the water. It sort of like sucks up to the bottom of your paper. You turn it over, and voila, you have this, as she calls it, this Van Gogh effect. Use your heat tool to speed up the drying, and voila, you have a great little background you can use for sentiment or an image. So I think they're going to be fun.
Yes. Going to be great.
Okay, I think we are on to page 130. Is there any designer paper that we haven't
Yes. There is
peeked at?
the peach. You're a peach, and that was on page 60. Beautiful colors again. And I really like how they incorporated the blue into it. I never would have thought of putting the blue with the Calypso Coral, Mango
yeah.
Melody kind of thing. So that
It's-
one is great. There is Simply Elegant, which has black and white and gray and copper, gold, and silver. So again, some very elegant ideas with that paper. And there is a suite with that as well. Page 80 is the Bloom Where You're Planted. And this one has more of the plant section, macrame kind of thing. I think one of the dies for it is macrame, or looks like a macrame hanger. And there's 3 different designer papers. This is one. There's one in the that Beauty of the Earth, and there is another one that are made so that you can basically cut down the middle and make, well, 6 cards out of it, just using that as a background. So they've really given some thought, and of course all of them have beautiful colors on the back.
That one would make such a wonderful scrapbook page.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know why I put 161 on that page. That doesn't make sense. In the Wild is the one with the tigers. A little bit better there. But again, the Cajun craze is very prominent in that. But this one wouldn't have to have animals. So you can certainly use it for other things, not just that. And then I have, actually it's just past there on page 135, the specialty papers. The specialty ombre paper. Have to figure out how to get into it. Doesn't say what colors. Oh, it does there. Gorgeous Grape, Mango Melody, and Night of Navy, and Poppy Parade. So just look at those, eh? And they're all that glimmer paper, but they don't come off on your fingers. And the shimmer paper, which I showcased in the those cards that I did, but this is just a little bit bigger pieces that you can see in all 5 colors. And again, really can see doing the punched out daisies, other things with that. And then the only other one I have, Faye, is the linen, but I think you have something for that, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. On page 135, we have our in color 6x6 paper, DSP. So I have a page swap or page swatch of it. Let's see. Okay, I need to see if it's on. Okay, move it over a little bit. Okay, and I've got my samples here. So I've got my evening evergreen. I've used the scallop contours dies with these, and here is my samples that I used just the thank you on, just blocking
Nice.
off the other piece. And so I on this oh my word, soft succulent one, I've got my two little embellishments down here because I pushed too hard with my stamp and on the Stamparatus, and it put a little color onto there. So that's where you get to hide it a little bit. If you can hide it, it still works. So I've done all the in colors with that, and I did this one this way because that was the first one I did, and I had aligned it up wrong. So I'm going to show you how I used, so I'm going to just turn this over. So I cut out the piece that was going to fit on the front of the card and cut it to the size that I needed. Then, okay, I'm just going to use this side. Then I took my die and I lined it up at the bottom all the way across. I grabbed a piece of washi tape. I did have two pieces. And lined it up so that it was at the end, but not leaving too much. And then ran it through the Big Shot to make sure that it was lined up. So that's my little tip of the day.
And then did you, like, if you wanted it shorter, you cut it off from the other end?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I cut it. Oh, I didn't cut it properly. But anyways, let's go this way. Yeah, I must have. No, I didn't cut it at all right for either one of them. So I just cut a piece. Okay.
That's okay.
So you get the gist of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could also, when you're putting your washi tape on it and whatever, if you lined it up with the grit paper, it would work really well.
Exactly. That is a great tip. Put that on the gram. Okay, our next one is page 136, and looking at our new linen. I am in love with it. I love the way it feels. It's really movable. How else can I explain it? It really feels like linen. It doesn't feel like it should be paper to put on paper crafting. It feels like it should be something to make an outfit with or whatever, but we just don't have enough. Just like Karen wanted to use it as wallpaper. Yeah. I would use this as wallpaper as well.
Well, so this would stick because it's sticky on the other side.
So what I did was I cut a 3 3/4 by 5, and I am dabbling in mixed media art right now for a while, but when I see something, a new stamp set or whatever, then I start playing around with it as well. So your linen, you get 12 by 12, and you only get 2 pieces, which is sad. So I'm going to use it wisely and sparingly. So here is my sample with this linen paper. I cased it from, oh, what is her name? Her name is Carmen Sahadat Morris, and she used a stamp set that is going to be very popular, and now I've just forgotten it. It's another flowered one. But anyways, so the first step I did was I took my inks that I wanted to use. I did the what do you call it? The pinching of the stamp or the ink, so that you had ink on the inside. Oh, let's just do that so it shows. So I squished it. It takes a little more pressure than our other stamps or inks.
Yeah, these stamps.
So
yeah.
So then I used my watercolor brushes, or my refillable brushes, the new one, and I used the thick one, and so added a lot of water and brushed it around, and then I just brushed it over everywhere that I wanted. So I just wanted a mixture. So I used this soft succulent, pale papaya, and fresh freesia. And once I did that, I used my heat tool and dried it. And when you use it, when you get it wet, it curls up. But when you use the heat tool, then it sort of flattens out a little bit more. Once I did that and it was dry, then I used the stamp image, or the sentiments. So Here for You Now, and Ahead for you, or no, and In Better Days Ahead. So I just stamped that evenly all over the place. Once I was done that and did a few leaves, I did some of the blotches all over the place too, just in black. Then I did, I brought out something I haven't used in a while, and I brought out the embossing paste, and I used the circle stencil and just did some circles all over the place and let that dry.
Ah.
And to adhere it to the backing, I took off about to here. I pulled it back because it has an adhesive backing. Then I took that piece and I placed it at the top here. Here, I'm going to just use this and just show you quickly, because sometimes I've learned that my instructions might not be understood.
Not
so,
yours,
okay, so you take it off like this. Now I'm holding just that piece. I'm going to adhere it to my black, and then as I go down, so it's like this, and as I go down, I'm going to pull off the back, and then it's nice and firm going on to your other cardstock.
just like wallpaper.
Just like wallpaper, yeah. And I used my take a pick tool, and just before I adhered it, I just took out some of the thread and made it, just give it some fringe on the bottom.
Very
and
nice.
Then stamped out the flowers and put them on DSP dimensionals, and popped it up. So
Very
that was
nice.
That was a fun card to do.
Great card.
Thank you.
Yes, and like Karen said, she didn't read the catalog again, that noticed it was adhesive, self-adhesive. That's what we're all here for, Karen.
There's a lot of read the fine print on some pages. Okay, let's turn over to 141. We have our Oh, I didn't bring them out. Okay, I had them right here, just like you did, Marilyn. Okay, let's do we're gonna flip it over to the next page. Do this first, the in color jewels. And as you can see with all my samples, I've used, let's turn it over or do this. I've used a lot of them because they're so beautiful on the in colors.
Karen, we're always here for you. She says, thank goodness someone reads the fine print and tells me.
So you get, these jewels are 142 and it's number 11. And so you get, let me see, you get 20 each of the 5 colors in the 2 sizes, which is wonderful. So there's 100 pieces. You wouldn't think there was 100 pieces on that little piece. That's interesting. Okay, now I am looking, ouch, for, I put them, that's funny. Okay, I have misplaced on page 141 the loose flower florals.
I've got mine, Karen. Here.
Okay, they are incognito on my table.
They are, I just got them as well, but look at them. They're, the other thing, they're really, well, some are really tiny, some are a little bit larger, but they're all flat on the back, so that you shouldn't have any issues with gluing them with glue dots.
Oh, well, that's good. So take your pick tool and
Yeah.
would be a great asset for these pieces.
Yeah, so kind of cute, for
See,
sure.
that's just weird that I've misplaced them. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't get excited. Don't get excited.
Yeah, not like me with my internet. Bonnie said 100 pieces don't seem to last very long. That's true.
No. Okay, I have forgot to put, I think it's back on page 130. Okay, page 137. Number 2 are ombre gift bags. Let's take a peek at those.
Those are gorgeous.
They are fun. They are fun. So you get 20 in a package, and they're 4 3/4 by 7 inches. So I have a couple of samples. So I have just taken the fresh freesia and just did a monochromatic type, and I had some leftover little clips to use from previous years, and I did a little bit of vellum peeking in there, and I didn't glue anything on. I just attached it like that. I also used an embossing folder. I didn't have a 6x6 one to use, so I just run it down the middle because I didn't want to have it overlapping, but it still looks all right. Having it done like that, it makes it look like it has a border. So this could be, I was thinking, you could take, and if you've got some cards, you can use this just like that. Put some cards in there for a special somebody and just attach it like that. And there's a cute little
Gift bag.
gift. My second one is so fun, and it is using the Nothing's Better Than set. Let's see, wait till it comes up on the screen. And it is from, okay, let me just make sure the page, I've got it highlighted here. It's on page 87. So I cased it from page 87. So I had to go out and buy some cookies, girls. And I used, so you use the 6x8 cello bags, and then some ribbon of your choice. And how I used my rectangle, stitched rectangle, and what I did was I put I had an extra piece of cardboard, so I tuck that inside the bag and then run it through the machine. When I put the bag in, I added glue dots on 3 places, just a glue dot on both sides and one at the top, so that the bag stayed there, so that I could attach "Today is a," "Kind of a day a," and then the cookies. So it's a fun little gift for, could be for teachers, it could be just, you know, to bring someone a coffee and cookies kind of day.
Very nice.
So there's some cute little samples with the bags. Thank you. All right. I think, I think we need to showcase going to page, that's where the bundles. So go to page 157. So on the bundles, we have a lot of samples with our cards, but this is an extra place to look for extra samples. So
yeah, the punch bundles as well as the die bundles. Yeah,
exactly. So looking through there and checking out what other creations have been made to get your creative juices flowing. I had my eye on the hat builder, and I've seen a few samples with that.
Yeah, just started seeing them.
Let's see. My favorite plant set is the Perfect Plants. So Plentiful Plants bundle. That one's is on my list to get. Okay, and then where's our, oops, I passed the punches. Oops.
Punches are back on 140.
Girls?
147.
There we go. There we go. Perfect. So 147, we have our extra samples, card samples of the punches.
Yep.
And there's 2 pages of that. The little turtle, he's so stinking cute.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for letting me go back and forth in those pages, ladies.
No problem.
Okay. And take it away, Marilyn.
Okay, I only have a couple more things that I have that I'll just share with you. On page 155, the embossing folders, I happened to come across somebody yesterday that has used this thanks and hello. It's one of the 2 ones that goes through the mini emboss. One says hello, one says thanks, and many different languages. And you can see the thanks one on page 154. She said that she's very leery of ordering if she doesn't see something made with it, but she was totally impressed with this one. So that's going to be on my list. And again, you can tell 3D is the light colored and the standard embossing folders are the dark ones. Plus the mini is shown wherever you can use it with the mini. I have, another note that I had was just, again, read the catalog, because some of them are only shown at 50%. They're not full sizes, as on page 90, the Snowflake Wishes. I'm back and forth too, Faye. Page 166. Oh, that's where the dies are, but this is where the tailor-made tags are used, and that's what I used for those in-color cards that I had. A great set. I can see lots of things going to be done with those. They're not a bundle; they are just a die set, but really useful. The other one I really like is the many messages. The many messages was in the mini catalog that we had. The many happenings is now, and they both use the same die. It's the one big stamp with the one die. So lots of great words to use again there. And the only other piece I have to share is page 137, which is packaging again. Karen, I saw your note about you like packaging. Ange McKay video with the oh, there you go, Faye. Ange McKay has a video with the baseball cap.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
The boxes. These boxes, number 8, scalloped craft boxes. They are quite a size. They would hold a cupcake. They would hold quite a few chocolates. And they come, it's scalloped like it says, so you could really just put a ribbon around it. It would be good. But they come like this, so the top and the bottom in a flat package, and then you just fold them and put them together. And they are $13.50 for 8 of them. And it does say food safe. So I don't know what makes it food safe, but
does it have on the inside, it has sort of like well, it's sort of a shiny texture to it.
Not
no?
like they do in the
pizza
white
boxes.
ones.
Okay.
No, they don't. So anyway, thank you, ladies. That has oh, Karen, you missed the tailor-made tags. Yeah, they are quite versatile, I think. So any other questions, concerns? You know how to find us. Thank you for joining us. We will be doing some draws afterwards for all the comments and let you know. And because we do have some prizes to give out. So it's been great. And hopefully we'll see you again.
Yes. Thank you very much, ladies, for joining us. And thank you, Marilyn, for working together with me on this again. Or for us to work together.
No problem. And I'll figure out the Zoom thing before too long. We'll try it again. Technology, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye now.